Aloha, beautiful soul. This is Ariel Hecht with Awakened Academy. I'm a best-selling author and spiritual teacher. And there's a question that came in from a really awesome soul named Catherine. And I thought I'd love to answer it for you here, Catherine, and for everyone else who also deals with this really annoying issue. So here's the question. How do you follow through with taking a big chance? A big risk for something you've always wanted but felt out of reach? And how do you positively disarm your self-sabotaging attempts to make plausible excuses to justify your avoidance of taking that chance? Sound familiar to anyone? Something that you've always wanted to do, but you find yourself making tons of plausible excuses in your mind of why you shouldn't do it and why it's better if you don't? I know I've been familiar with this one. So let's delve into this a little more and how we can really go for what's good for us and disarm those self-sabotaging mechanisms that get in the way of us really living our highest potential here. So here's the main tip that has really worked for me. Usually when we're assessing a situation, if we're going to take a big risk or this big chance or this big opportunity, oftentimes we get a little nervous because it might mean a big change. And when we get nervous, we go into a little fear, we actually activate a part of our brain that is designed for survival. It's designed for fight or flight, and our body can get flooded with not very helpful chemicals that put us into more of a panicky state. And when we're coming from that place, all we want to do is find safety, and usually safety means no. Saying no to this opportunity, saying no to this change, saying no to this really big possibility. That's what usually happens. If you've experienced this before, I imagine you have. Now here's what we need to do. The first step is that we really need to just calm ourselves right down. And this could mean going and taking a walk. This could mean sitting in stillness, having some meditation time. It could mean dancing. Whatever for you helps you to really center yourself and come back into that calm space and that calm physiology in which you can make really good, truthful, accurate decisions. So step one is never make the decision when you're not in a totally relaxed, peaceful, and centered state, because it's not going to come from a place of total truth, but more from a place of fear and wanting to be safe. That's something to remember. Now, the second step is to have a broader vision. And what I mean by this is usually when we look at the situation, we're trying to make a decision, we're thinking of it in the now. And we also might be fearing the past. So we're thinking of it right now, do I feel safe? Is this going to be okay given my current circumstances? And maybe we have some fear from the past that we're bringing into it. And, on the grand scheme of time, it's like a pretty small chunk that we're using to make our decision. But really, if we broaden that timeline and also stretch it way out into the future, we can then tap into, how am I going to feel after I make this decision? If I say yes, how am I going to feel? What might be possible for me? What could happen? How could this support my dreams coming true? How could this really support my highest good? How am I going to feel? Maybe it's nervous, but it could be excited too. Fear is often just excitement without the breath. And also tuning into, how am I going to feel if I say no? Now this one's been extremely telling for me in my life, because when I tune into an opportunity and I connect with, how am I going to feel if I pass this by? And if I have any sense that I'm going to feel regretful, I'm going to feel a sense of loss or a sense of grief, or I'm going to be thinking about it a lot still, maybe still running those excuses in my head to myself, why I didn't do it, so I feel better about myself, right? If I have any sense that that's going to happen, it's a really clear sign that it's probably something I should be doing. the reason that I'm thinking about it, the reason I'm giving it so much energy is because it's really powerful and it could be really beneficial for me in my life. So notice, if you say no, are you going to feel a sense of loss? If you say yes, are you going to feel pretty excited, right? Maybe a little nervous, but really too excited. And, maybe it's opposite. If it's not something you should do, if you tune into saying no, maybe you're aware that you'll feel a sense of relief. You'll feel a sense of completion, a sense that you don't think about it anymore because you know you made the right decision. But if you feel that you're going to keep thinking about it and making stories in your mind and it's going to keep bugging you, it's probably something you need to say yes to. So just by expanding the timeline of your vision, using your past experience some with wisdom and tuning into where you are right now and thinking about how your life's going to be after you make that decision, either way, can really help you get a better sense of what to do. And just want to remind you, don't ever do this big, broad thinking unless you're in a calm, peaceful, and relaxed state. Now, I'm going to include a meditation under this video to help you center yourself. Sometimes listening to guided meditations can really help us to just snap out of the fear, snap out of that survival mode, snap out of the panic, and come back to our calm center, knowing we're safe, knowing everything's okay. And from that place, we can make a very powerful decision. So I'm so happy to answer your question, Catherine. This is just amazing. This is a topic that I actually don't hear discussed much, but it's something that I've definitely dealt with quite a bit, and I imagine a lot of us have. So what I'd like to know next is how this works for you. Try it out, leave a comment below, and let us know how it goes. And if you're watching this and you have a great technique about how to make these decisions, how to know, and also how to disarm those self-sabotaging mechanisms, let us know, because your comment might be exactly what someone else needs to make a huge breakthrough. We would love to know. Don't be shy. Let's have a conversation here and see what else we can discover about how to really live our full potential as beautiful beings of an unlimited nature. Thank you so much, Catherine, for asking this. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to our channel. We'll have lots more, and feel free to submit your question too. So much love. Keep shining. Keep centering into that deep core essence of who you are and live your full potential. Many blessings and aloha.